It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, it's the Commanders' second-year running back. He really helped drive them a week ago with a 3-touchdown game. It's the Commanders and the Lions, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 23.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, it's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down. Now Geno. His throw incomplete. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Gibson here running out of the gun. Oh, what a juke into space. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as the tackle made at about the 38. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Smith. That's going to be caught by Samuel. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call it productive?
Yeah, what do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Smith. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Geno now to throw. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Back to throw. Callaway. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Baker. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, Callaway. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. On 2nd down, Buckley. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. On 3rd and 2, Callaway. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop it.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Jabril Peppers deep to receive. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Smith. In trouble, and he's taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. On the return is Williams. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. The last series for them a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On first down, Buckley. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. The numbers for him from a week ago: 23 carries, 111 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Looking to throw. Callaway. And that's to Ahmed. And I think the ball's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard. I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
A couple of ways. Number one, you play something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
On first and 10, it's Robinson.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10.
They'll try the air now with Smith. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Throwing again on second down. Smith throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Third and 2, Smith.
Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas,
his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. If we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Callaway. Got his man, it's Williams. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
The Lions at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Callaway. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
Geno Smith getting ready to go again here on offense. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. On 1st down, it's Smith. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
In man coverage, your #1 cardinal rule, don't get beat deep. And that's why the comeback route is so effective, because that's how they're selling it, Brandon. Taking you all the way upfield before breaking it back down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Throwing now is Geno.
Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Smith throwing again. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Smith. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
When you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
Washington on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 11. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Commanders going to bring out the field goal unit.
From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game. Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Buckley.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
Jonah Jackson, former 3rd-round pick, the guilty party.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Back to throw. Callaway. Flushed out right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
From the 30 on second down, Smith hitting Samuel on the slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Throwing on second down, Smith. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. They'll run with Gibson.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call. They're opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Off play action. Callaway
throws out left. It's caught by Williams.
A good passing down here. They send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on second down. Looking to throw. Callaway. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And we're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 41-yard line. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Callaway. He finds his man, complete. It's Baker. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Back to throw again. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Harrison Butker on for the field goal, a 23-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good, and they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3.
They're still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Commanders back out late in this 1st half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Now Gino on 1st down.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Smith. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. So that made 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top.
As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And as they come towards halftime, it's the Eagles who have the lead in that one. Devontae Smith, a touchdown reception. From there, we're off to check out another game. And that game, level, as they take on the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they trail the visiting Falcons in that one at halftime. Tyler Algier, a force in that first half with 2 touchdown runs. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This fielded right at the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. So they take the deficit into the lockers. You know they had plans to receive the football. A nice drive, instead a fumble on the kickoff.
And that can be demoralizing right there because, as you pointed out, they had designs on coming out. Okay, we're going to change things here in the second half. Instead, with a deficit already, they cough it up. And now they've got to find a way to keep the score from mounting bigger against them.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Geno. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Detroit's offense ready to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw on second down, Callaway. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards that time for number 14.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Buckley, and he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up
On second down now, Buckley. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Complete to number 5. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake. Callaway. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
But when the scoreboard is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Up the middle they go. Buckley. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Again, it's Robinson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as he'll stop him well short of the yellow line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. And Detroit back in possession of the football as this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Throwing on 1st down. Callaway. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
Pass on 1st down. Complete to number 26. No gain on the play.
On 2nd down, Buckley. And a short gain down to about the 33. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Callaway. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Butker's kick here is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. So here's Washington now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Geno now to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Slings this deep for McLaurin. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Williams to return. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Callaway. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. On 1st and 10, Callaway. He finds his man, complete. That's Baker. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Buckley. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll keep it on the ground. Buckley. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
He's brought down by Jabril Peppers. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1. At the 9-yard line.
Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. To throw on 2nd down. Callaway. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Chase Young. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
2 straight sacks have them backed up now for a 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Callaway. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted.
And the Commanders are going to get the football back at their own 17.
3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
The Washington offense set to take over. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
After the interception, here's Smith.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Escaping the pressure right. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Defense.
So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the 1st half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Here's Smith. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing now is Geno.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
Here we go on fourth. Smith. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Defense.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, first and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Ryan Knoll, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. And, boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show you heavy set, bootleg it out. Nah. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
27, Lions 6.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Callaway. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
8 yards on the pickup.
They'll look to throw again. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. On first down, Callaway. He finds his man, complete. That's Baker. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Another Lions.
Throwing on first down, Callaway. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again, Callaway. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. He finds his man, complete. It's Baker. And they'll get this down to the 10.
That's another Detroit Lions first down. First down and goal to go.
On 1st and 10, Callaway. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Williams, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and goal.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown from 6 yards away. And the Lions are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead will be cut down to 14. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington.
The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Robinson up the middle.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run again here with Robinson.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 51 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
First down, Washington.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Smith. And this is going to be incomplete.
The Commander's going to bring out the field goal unit.
This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure now this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And this is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Callaway. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Eluding the pressure right.
And this incomplete. Oh, my. He might have been celebrating in the end zone if he'd held on. Nearly picked, but instead, it'll bring up 4th down.
Looking left side, and it's complete.
And he is going to have the Lions 1st down as this defense, boy, a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on 4th down. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. This one swung out to Williams.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Washington, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season.
And they will get another road test next week as they head to Vegas to take on the Raiders.
Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.